Howdy folks, and good morning from St Peter's Port Harbour in Guernsey. Now we're here to catch a ferry today, but this isn't a big ferry like last time. No. This one's much smaller, and it's going to be taking us to the Isle of Sark. Now Sark's one of the smaller of the Channel Islands, but that doesn't mean there's anything less to do. So without any further ado, let's jump into the action and get ourselves over there. There we go, top of the path, and there's some beer. What more could you want? Something to know about Sark is there's no cars allowed, none at all. So the best way to get around is to cycle. Now we haven't reserved anything, but there's a little bike hire place around the corner, so we're going to see if they've still got some availability and get ourselves around that way. Otherwise, the other way to get around is a horse-drawn carriage, which looks lovely, but it was a little bit expensive from our little research that we did. So hopefully bike place is open. If not, we'll be walking. Alrighty, map of Sark. We are currently here at A to B bike hire, and we're going to start with Sark Henge just down the road. Current plan is then to go down to Little Sark, have a little investigation. There's some Neolithic sort of tombs and ruins down there, which will be very cool to check out. And then back up into town, check out town, and see what else we get up to today. We don't have a specific bike mount for the GoPro, so what today is going to be viewed by is this little hook strap that I've got in the backpack. So if it's wibbly wobbly, we do apologise. Right, off we go. Oh god. Now you've got to cycle on the left in Sark, and if you go down the hill towards the harbour on a bike, it's a £500 fine and you'll be thrown in jail. So let's cycle on the left and not go down the hill. Oh, I've seen a sign for Sark Henge. The brakes are fully on and they're doing nothing. Oh Christ above. Oh, sorry bird. And the good thing about Sark is if you go around the corner, there's no risk of being flattened by an errant truck, because there are no trucks. Oh god, now it's uphill. How do I change count? Oh no. Oh Jesus Christ, it's all gone wrong. Down. Yep. No, that's up. Oh, I'm doing it, but it doesn't sound healthy. Oh, steeper than it looks. Oh, there we go. There we go. Bit of encouragement from the local lady there. I needed it. Oh, hello. Let's pull over, let them through. Larger will be able to see a horse. Hello. Oh, lovely. In swivelling to try and get that horse on camera, I've swiveled my seat. So we're 5 minutes in and emergency repairs need to be taking place. Right, we cycled for all of 2 minutes. And now we're back on foot, off to see Sark Henge, just down the path here. This is the face of a man who's dragged us to the smallest stone circle I have ever seen.
Go on, it's fantastic.
It is, but it's very small. This covers what, 4 square meters? All right, having checked out the much smaller than it looked online Sark Henge, we're going to go back up the hill, collect the bikes, and then carry on our way. Alrighty, back at the bikes, looking at our next stop. So we're currently here at Sark Henge. We're going to try and make our way down to Little Sark, just have a little poke around. Some Neolithic tombs down here which look pretty cool, and some mine ruins which could be kind of fun to check out. So let's get going. Now, as much as it would be fun to freewheel up and down these hills, they're not allowed. £500 fine. So we'll be good and we'll push our bikes. Now the benefit of getting off and pushing is it gives you more time to enjoy the views. That's where we started from this morning, St. Peter's Port. Well, according to the map, this is an old silver mine, but it's very overgrown, so I'm not going to go in there. And what seems to be a theme with Sark so far is there's no actual information boards to tell you what you're looking at particularly. So it's quite a nice ruin, and unfortunately they're hidden now, but there's 2 sort of chimneys up there, which obviously maybe vents for the mine itself, but other than that, Unfortunately, I can't really say much because there's no information. But here's a nice ruin. In fact, there's just another part of the building there hidden under the ivy. Wonder where that goes. Just as I was recording some nice scenic shots there, I've just spotted there's another building over here. So let's go and see if that's part of the mines, or if we can even get to it. Ooh, are we in luck? No. Oh, I thought this might be a mine entrance. Sadly not. There's also this bit of wall here, so further down we go. Try and work out what this is. No, unfortunately that is just a bit of wall, so this is pretty pointless. But it has led us onto a very nice headland with a very nice view. Back at the bikes, but we're not going to stop there because the Neolithic ruin / tomb thing is just a little bit further on up the path. Also, that was a very steep hill for not a lot of the silver mine. 0 out of 10, wouldn't recommend. Whew. We were a little bit confused. We thought that stone on top was actually the dolmen itself, but it's not. We just missed the turning for the path, so down we go. Aha! That's it there. Unfortunately, once again, there's no real signage here, so it doesn't really say what it was for. If it was like the ones we saw in Guernsey yesterday, and it was a tomb, either it would have been a family burial plot, because it's not very big for the islanders, or if it was for one individual, there would have been of some significance, maybe a chief or a warrior who'd fallen in battle. Because you don't really make these sort of things for one person, normally. It would have been very important to the islanders at the time. But without sort of any signage, there's no real way of knowing. So if we find anything online when we come back from Sark today, we'll pop it up on screen now. Because the other thing is that whoever that was for was worthy of that view, and it is quite something. So, not actually sure that is part of the dolmen. It might just be some separate rocks sticking up out of the ground, or it could be another site entirely, who knows. Either way, the actual dolmen is up that path. Don't go straight on like we did. must apologise for how wonky some of this time-lapse footage is going to be. The problem with having it here in this loop is the GoPro sags to one side as we're cycling along. So yeah, apologies for its wonkiness, but hopefully it gives you a slight sense of what it's like on the island, which is absolutely fantastic so far. But we've got a lunch stop and we've got the north part of the island to check out, so let's keep on trucking. Alright, there are some good news on the GoPro front. All of this morning I've been using this sort of front loop here in the backpack. But whilst we sat having lunch, I discovered there's actually a secondary smaller loop behind it, which should hopefully hold the GoPro a little bit tighter, stop it wobbling around. So hopefully you guys can now enjoy some proper scenic time lapses as we go cycling around. I say with absolutely no confidence it could still all go horribly wrong. Have to watch and find out, I guess. We have had to ditch the bikes just for this bit, it's footpath only, but it should lead us down to the window in the rock, which looks kind of cool. It's one of the bigger things to do on Sark. Let's go find out. It's always us finding hills and finding steps. In this case, finding both. Oh, this sign bodes well. The window in the rock. And I'm going to keep looking up as I walk in here, because I don't want to be squished by one. Crikey. Oh, that's a long way down. What's this called? There's St. Peter's Port back over there. That's a north bit of Guernsey. Did we do that bit yesterday? I can't remember. There's a nice looking beach over there regardless. And this is one hell of a landscape. Alrighty, we are currently here at Window in the Rock, or a little bit up from it where our bikes are. So what we're going to do next is come back down the road and go north to L'Eperiquerie Common. Absolutely butchered that. And then either cycle or most likely walk to the Half-Tower and the Buddhist Carving, but it's also the most northerly point on Sark, so that'll be cool to check out. And then we'll come all the way back in and look around a bit more. Alrighty, I'm shouting a little bit because I don't know if you can actually hear me over the wind, but we are now at Sark's most northerly point. We can't really get any further across because there's a big old canyon in the way there. But this is about as far as we can go. To that end, we've got Guernsey peeking up between there. We've got, I can't remember that little island, but that is Herm over there with this nice sandy beach that we're looking at. And then spinning around, we've got Alderney just over there. And we've got France just opposite me now. Jersey's tucked way behind this headland, which is a bit sad. Otherwise we'd see all of them, but never mind. It's a nice view. It's not as good as Window in the Rock, but it's still pretty striking. This building here is the world's smallest prison. So, judicial powers in Sark, granted in 1583, means you can only be held here for 2 days. If it's severe enough, you get carted off to Guernsey prison instead. And there's only 2 cells inside there. And you need to be a very naughty tourist to go in there these days. Now we're outside the prison. There's a little bit of research we did before we came today, and there was a chap in 1990 called Andre, who's a nuclear physicist, and he said he put some flyers up in the town saying he was going to invade, a one-man invasion. Obviously it's derided everywhere, but no, the next day he turned up and he did. He staged an invasion, and he walked up with a semi-automatic rifle and tried to take claim of the island. Obviously, having put leaflets up, the one policeman that's here, the constable, knew what was about to happen, so simply walked up to him and punched him in the face and threw him in there for a couple of days. Crazy. That would have been the bay that poor old Mr. Pilcher had set off from. I imagine he went out that way and was lost at sea over there, so hell of a way to go. Unfortunately, you got to pay to get in there, and we don't have that much time left. So what we are going to do is go back down the road and grab a milkshake before heading back to the bike rental. Not Jersey cows, not even Guernsey cows. Sark cows.
There we go, and then another 20p.
40 pence gets you 200 mils. Milkshake acquired. Blueberry flavoured for us. A whole range in there, all sorts. But we've gone for blueberry. We put 60 pence in the machine and that got us 300?
300 mil.
300 mil of fresh milk. So not much, but that's all we need for the two of us. Here we go, the first swig.
Not much blueberry, but still good milk.
Cheers, Isle of Sark Dairy. And cheers, guys. That is a suitably refreshed from our milkshake. Recommend that. Unfortunately, our time on Sark has to come to an end. We need to get a boat back, and we need to give the bikes back as well. So we're going to head back to the bike rental, give these back, and then head on down to the ferry. We were trying to beat the tractor down, but it's gone terribly wrong and he's overtaken us, so yeah, what can you do? It's a very nice trail though, so not all is lost.
Are you local?
Alright, where are we at? Alright guys, that is us back on dry land after our little day trip to Sark. If you're on any of the Channel Islands, make a point, come and see Sark. What a brilliant little place. So much to see, so much to do, everyone's very friendly, the food is great, and they've got lots of seasonal activities, so it changes throughout the year, so there's something always new to discover. So 10 out of 10 from us, get yourself over there. The ferry's very regular and quite reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So unfortunately though, that is the end of our little trip to the Channel Islands. We need to get our flight home now, so we'll make a separate video for that, but unfortunately that will be the end of the activities. Brilliant places. I think personally we've preferred Guernsey to Jersey, so we'll be coming back here, but we've still got to check out Alderney, so still plenty to see and do.
Yeah.
In the meantime, before any of that happens, have a good evening and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Braking. God, those brakes were shit.